I'm Warren Mendez and I'm here in my home kitchen today to show you how to make a Nutella babka. A babka is a beautiful, soft, sweet, chocolate braided bread, but as a bit of a cheat today, we're going to be using Nutella instead of having to make your own chocolate filling. A very easy base, we're going to be using our stand mixer. If you don't have one of them, you can do it by hand, but this is a great cheat. And in no time, we're going to have a beautiful, sweet, luscious Nutella loaf. So first of all, we're going to get on with the dough, and I've just got some warm milk here, and we're just going to activate some dry yeast by mixing that into the milk. And it's just a habit of mine, but I always add a pinch of sugar when I'm activating yeast, just so the yeast has something to feed off. And I will set that aside for a few minutes until it kind of foams up, and then we know that the yeast is alive. And the rest of the ingredients can just get dumped into this bowl. So we've got some plain flour, the remaining caster sugar, then just 2 egg yolks, and some softened butter. And then it's just a matter of waiting for this yeast to do its thing. So we'll wait. And we're there. So it's frothed up, done what it should, and we can just go straight into the bowl. Make sure you get every last drop. And now we're just gonna knead that for about 6 or so minutes until you get a really nice smooth dough. So the dough is looking beautiful. It's fully come away from the sides and it's nice and smooth, so we can easily get into a ball. It's got a great sheen to it. And now we're just gonna go into a lightly greased bowl, cover it with some tea towel or something, and then get into a warm place, and we're gonna let that rise for about an hour, and then we can roll it out. So the dough has doubled in size. It's really nice and puffy, so we can get out to rolling it now. Just gonna get some flour on a clean bench, and then just knock down that dough. And don't be shy getting it all around the flour, that way it's not gonna stick to the bench. And then just gently roll it out to about 25 by 35 centimeters. And now I've just got the hero, the Nutella. So I've just warmed it up in the microwave so it just becomes a little softer, and it's gonna be a lot easier to spread around. And now just get a small palette knife or the back of a spoon and just spread that evenly, leaving about a ½ centimeter border around all the edges. And then just gently roll up from one of the long edges and keep it as tight as possible. And then I find it best just to use a scissors and cut down the middle to expose those layers of the Nutella. Okay, now this can get a bit messy, but peel the sides out, and then you're gonna start your plaiting motion of going one over the other. Okay, so there's Nutella everywhere, but that's a good thing. Now just pick it up. I've got this gigantic spatula here, but whatever you have, and then just nestle it in to your loaf pan. Cover it with some cling film, and we're gonna let it rise for about an hour until it's doubled. So the loaf has risen beautifully, so we can get rid of that wrap. So we can go straight into the oven. I've got it preheated at 180 degrees. We're gonna bake this for about 35 minutes. And if it goes a bit too dark, you can just cover it with some foil. So once that's baked, we're gonna drizzle over a bit of a sugar syrup to keep it really nice and moist, but also give a sheen to the babka. So just in a small saucepan, we go with some caster sugar and an equal amount of water. And then just get that on the stove and we'll simmer it until it's dissolved, and then set it aside. So the babka is looking glorious. And now just get it onto rack. We're gonna cool it slightly. And then that syrup that we made earlier is nice and dissolved. Just gonna brush all of that syrup over quite generously so it soaks in to the whole babka. Now we can let it cool completely, then we can slice it and eat it. Okay, so it's nice and cool. Just lift it gently out of the tin. And then just get a serrated knife and we can expose those beautiful layers. So there it is, the Nutella babka. Certainly not just a pretty face. You've got these beautiful layers of kind of brioche-like dough and that intensely sweet Nutella. Together, they make an absolute winning loaf. You should replace your toast every day. So if you'd like this recipe, head to delicious.com.au.